Hello beautiful souls, I am so excited to be back. I did my makeup, you know, my hair is looking okay, and it started raining, so we are going to do what we have to do because I have my Zumba class in like 30 minutes and this needs to come off. If you usually watch my channel, you've noticed that I've been a little bit away just because, long story short, the summer happened and I've started to work out pretty much every day. Like I work out at least like 5 times a week, and then I have my Zumba classes 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm always sweating. I just feel like the curly community can be a little bit like perfectionist about it, and I felt a little bit vulnerable because I felt like people expected me to always have perfect hair. And honestly, when you're sweating every day, it's not gonna look perfect. And at the same time, I didn't join this journey. Ooh, I forgot to put my microphone. Give me a second because I spent like $80 for that microphone. So I need to use it, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, microphone is on. I hope that the sound is better because, you know, it was an investment. So, as I was saying, I feel like the curly community can be a little bit like perfectionist. And, you know, it's the summertime. I just felt like I had to put on this persona of me when, like, honestly, every day I was pretty much just waking up and working out and working on myself as a person that wants to become better. The storms are so bad, y'all, but we're gonna have to go through it because if it's not today, I've been putting this video for a while. So I just felt like I did not started my curly hair community to spend hours thinking and planning about my hair. Like that's what I spent already 10 years of my life, pretty much my whole life actually, thinking about it and stressing about it. And if my hair was not perfect enough, you know, if my hair was not straight enough, if I had to take my mini straightening iron with me because one of the parts of my hair was gonna poof, or if I sweat, you know, and my straight hair would become curly and then it would look weird. And I'm like, and that's what the reason why I would not go to the gym before, because, you know, I would do my hair and I would plan my whole life around my hair, that I would let that dictate my life. And now that I'm going to the gym, like, guys, look at my muscles. Okay, they're little, but you know, I haven't done arms in a while. But anyways, like I feel strong. I'm not in the gym or working out or whatever to lose weight. I started that way, but I enjoy feeling strong. And it's not like I'm aggressive, I swear, but if I can like give somebody a punch, it will do something about it. I don't know, I just feel like even like seeing my muscles on my legs and just feeling like a better stamina, and just de-stressing too, because we've been through such a complicated year that I needed that for myself. So to me, that was more important than having perfect curly hair, right? I didn't start this curly journey to have perfect hair. I started it because I wanted to be happy with the hair that God had gave me, you know, whichever texture that I had that day, whether it was like, you know, all matted and messy. I just wanted to start living instead of trying to focus my life around my hair, or letting my hair dictate what I would do in a day. And I don't want to think about it. And I felt like there were so many other like curly creators showing how to have the perfect hair, how to have the perfect curls, how to like, you know, style it with like the curly, like the finger coiling, which you guys know that does not work for me. And I am just not that person, and I felt like I had to be that person, you know, that I'm always on the go. I do my makeup on the go, except today, because today was a good moment and I want to try this lip, and which this lip is not to do on the go because I'll look like a summer version of a Joker. But yeah, I am very low maintenance, you would say, and I just don't want to have perfect curly hair. I just want to be able to live my life without having to put my hair first. But at the end of the day, the real reason why I started this was because when I moved here, I wanted a community. I was so lonely. I moved here right before the pandemic, if you guys remember, and if you're new, well, that's an information. And I had no friends. I had a whole life in Colombia. I had a whole group of friends, group of family, support system. I needed to build that community here, and it felt so hard because the first 6 months I couldn't work, obviously, because of course I didn't have my green card, and if you don't have a green card here, you can't work legally. I couldn't drive, I couldn't work, I didn't know what to do. My husband has like no girlfriends, so it was really weird to find, and he's an accountant and I'm a designer. Like, I'm used to being around creative people, so I felt so lost. YouTube was the part where I could talked with you guys and answer your comments and read your comments, and just felt like I was less alone in this situation. And then the pandemic hit. And then we were all alone. But I enjoy being that face-to-face. And obviously none of us had that. I find out that a lot of people were moving in the pandemic, like me, or around the pandemic or before the pandemic. I was like, how do we become friends in the pandemic, you know? And I want to tell you how to make friends easier, because I know that we're all going through this, and I feel like we should talk more about how hard it is to make friends once you're not in high school or college anymore. And yeah, if you have a job or normal job, obviously you're gonna befriend your coworkers and they're gonna have like go for drinks and whatnot, and it's a little easier. But what if you work from home, you know? What if you have your own business? How do you meet people? I actually asked you guys on Instagram, and which, by the way, if you haven't been following me, I would appreciate it if you do, because I'm trying to get to that 10K so I can do a swipe button and make things easier and be able to afford the fancy treats for my dog. I was asking you guys on Instagram, and they were like, well, go to church, or, you know, join a gym class, or it was pretty much that. Go to church and join, oh yeah, Bumble BFF, which surprisingly, I mean, I found my husband on Tinder. Why wouldn't I be able to find a friend on Bumble BFF? It turns out that I don't like answering back to people. And it's not just that I don't like answering back to people, it's that it's a lot of work. It's only like socially acceptable to be like, hey, let's go for coffee. Or let's go shopping for coffee. I'm like, well, I don't want to spend money. I mean, it's a tough time. Like, I don't want to spend money on something that I don't like, just to try to see if we have a connection. I'm not gonna pay $8 for a coffee that I would not normally go out of my way to, and just to see if we, you know, we can be friends. Like, what if we're not, and then I spend all the money, and I don't know. I mean, is this what guys feel when they're dating? I would love to be somebody's friend without it being forced, you know, because we have something in common. So I got really lucky. We got basil. We were moving around, and then I met my closest friend. Her name was Valentina. We met at the dog park, which it was really cool because we moved and then we started going to the dog park because, of course, Basil, you know, having a puppy, he prompts you to go out a little bit more, take him on a walk. And then we were like, oh my God, you know, like, your puppy like my puppy, I'll play dates. She was talking with her boyfriend, and she sounded Colombian. I'm like, oh my God, hi. Like, I was like, oh my God, I love your dog. She was like, oh my God, I love yours. And then, you know, we like give each other our contact numbers and see, you know, our dogs were not playing that much that time. Next time we did that, we went after the dog park to some tacos. And then after that, long story short, guys, we became so close with that couple that they spend Christmas with us. They spend years with us. They got married in our house, which I think is amazing, because they actually, so they were living in an apartment at that time. We bought a house. They bought a house. Our dogs love each other. They're best friends. Like, they will play around for hours, seriously, nonstop. It's been an amazing relationship that we met at the dog park. And I have Basil to thank for that because it was so easy. I think that's like a godsend friendship because we hang out a lot in the quarantine because we were not seeing anybody, and, you know, we were not seeing anybody. So we just pretty much us four all around with our pups, and the soundtrack was not an extra, sorry. I would say if you have a dog, definitely go to dog parks. That's the easiest way to make friends. It's a great opener. If people love their dog, they're gonna love talking about it. So it's a great intro to be like, oh, what breed is it? Where do you got her from? Is she, you know, boy, girl? I think I'm not going to a Zumba class today. Awesome. After that, I mean, my friend's very busy, and I'm like, okay, well, I need more friends. She was feeling the same way, like, we need a girl group. So I made these two friends during the pandemic. We would like each other's pictures. Of course, I put like, she found me through like a hashtag like Atlanta blogger or something, and then Melissa, I had followed her for a while now. And, you know, you just like go back and forth. You build a relationship kind of. I guess through stories you kind of see like you have stuff in common. So it's easier to be like, hey, you know, once the pandemic was out, like once the vaccines were going on and everything, we're like, do you want to meet? You know, let's go to a public place, to an open restaurant or whatever. So we did that. We went to a dance class, by the way, and it was so much fun. Then we went to eat tacos and we had a long talk. I also joined a Zumba class, and I've been going to Zumba doing Zumba really, which in Colombia we call it rumba, since I was 12. I love dancing. Dancing is my thing. Like, dancing is where I feel confident, where I feel happy. That's what makes me the happiest about. And it was tough finding the right instructor here in Georgia, because some of them were a little like slow. Some of them wouldn't have like music. And it took me a while to find an instructor that I loved. And honestly, like, her name's Anea. She's amazing. Ever since, I've been hunting her down to because she does different classes in different gyms. I've been hunting her down in every class, and she has become an amazing part of my life. I found a great community, and along with her classes, I met other girls in the class, and it started being to like, hey, what's up? To like, hey, you're moving great, whatever. To like, do it right now. You want to go for tacos and tequilas, even though we just worked out and burn the calories. You want to go for mimosas or for brunch. Making the first step is sometimes a lot. But from what I've learned from this experience is that you really, really, really have to put yourself out there, and you really have to be open to these events. I used to tell my husband, like, oh my God, I don't want to go. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I'm exhausted. Like, oh my, it's so annoying. We have to drive 30 minutes to do that on a weekday, blah, blah. But I hope that this little moment inspire you to put yourself out there. And yeah, don't stay in toxic relationships and friendships because you feel like there's nobody else, because there's more people out there. Then you just need to know. That's it. That's it, because I need to go. I think I still have time to make my Zumba class. Yep. I miss you. I miss this. I miss filming. I miss talking to you. Yeah, this is... I will make more hair videos if you guys want to, but I don't want my content to be just hair. There's so much more that I want to share with you guys. I'm doing my house, well, our house, but I'm a designer. We're remodeling our house, and I did share with you guys on Instagram my before and after of my guest bathroom, and I got a lot of like positive responses. And this is a very old house. It's like, it has the same age as I do. Well, it's not that old now that I think about it. It's seasoned. But there's a lot of things that need to be done here. So I'm also going to be sharing with you guys my DIY for beginner situations and project here. It's going to be a cool join me process and seeing what fails and what actually succeeds. So if you want to watch that as well, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll see you next one.